Welcome to the short LATEX training. In today's training, we are going to discuss about different kind of fraction in LATEX, how you write the fraction and the similar expression in LATEX. And also we'll discuss it in together that how we'll create a space in between two mathematical expression. And this training is provided on Overleaf. So let's move to the Overleaf. You can see here the we have the next topic is different kind of fractions and creating space. So let's start with the math mode. So in the math mode, we will do with the rectangular bracket. So when we write this way, that fx is equal fraction px over qx, and that's create a fraction like this, fx equal px over qx. So here in this same equations, we are going to discuss different kind of fraction. So in this case, the fraction start with like this frac, and then the numerator in the curly bracket and denominator in the curly bracket. Then we'll give a space here quad. So quad will give some space, and then we write the text and. So now why this text? Because we are writing in the equation mode. So if you remove this text, you'll see that the and is coming in a mathematical form. That is A N D. Especially if you can see the notice, this is not a alphabetical letter A. So it's kind of a mathematical A. Notation A. So for that, if you need to write the text inside a math form, then you need to use the code text. So text and. So it is directing that we are not required the and as a mathematical notation. We need as a text. Now what does it this quad means? Quad means a create a space between one expressions to other. Now there are many other way to creating the space. So next we'll use it here, the semicolon. And then again we'll take another fraction form which written as t frac. T frac, and rest is as the fraction. So if you can see now, the t frac will gives here px over qx, so which is very tiny, small structure. So if you required it to use it, if your equation is coming very big due to the fractions presence, then you can make it with t frac. But if you want to display your fraction is very nicely, then you have to use frac and another one which we'll discuss next. Now if you see that here is when you put the colon here, the space is between the and the t frac is very less than with respect to the quad here. So quad will give a little bit bigger space, backslash colon will give smaller, and then we'll take here backslash comma. So this is also gives us a space but more less space than the colon. So here you see that t fraction and has a very less space. So then we'll have the last fraction is type of like this d frac. So d frac is looking more bigger. So in this expression, because we are writing only one terms in the numerator and denominator, so for this case, fraction and diffraction maybe not visibly difference, but there is a difference when you use a big expression. Okay, so now you see that again after that we put the code, so there is a gap here. So there is another command to have the gap is backslash colon, and then also you'll have the very little space. So this have very minor difference between backslash colon, backslash comma, and backslash colon. So this way you can put your space as per your requirement. There is one command also which create the negative space. We'll try here, and this is backslash disclaimer. So you see that there is now overlapping each other. So this create a negative space. It's moved to the towards the uh, other side. So it's minus, creating the minus space. So if you feel there is too much gap, automatically fitting too much gap is coming, then you can use this command to reduce some gap. Let's have some numerical example. So here we repeat the same above coding with numerical. So you see that here 2 over 3, and this is 2 over 3, and this is 2 over 3. So fraction and diffraction is bigger, and 2 t fraction is very smaller. So if you need to use inside a text or reduce the equation length, then you can use t fraction. Okay, let's have examples with a bigger expression. Here we have now from this one is for the fraction, and this is for t fraction. This is by using t fraction, and this is using diffraction. So again, fraction and diffraction will not give much difference on this, but t fraction is become too smaller. And as I said that if you need to use to reduce the length of the equation, then it is you can use t fractions whenever you need it. So other than this general fraction, there is a uh, topic which in mathematics which called uh, the continued fraction. So its continued fraction means one fractions, then below there is another fraction, and it's continue. So let's have this coding, and in this case we'll use C fraction. So it is coming like this. So you see that 1 square root 2 plus 1. So it is the C fraction. C fraction is this text color. So text color blue code is given there, blue color. There was a spelling mistake, so it was showing error. So now it's fixed, and you can see the fraction will be given like this. So C fraction 1, okay, and then 1 square root 2, then C fraction R. Here L is C fraction L, C fraction R, C fraction L. So this means that left aligned and right aligned. And then square root, and then here is square root again continue, and then dot, 3 dot, and then like this. So this way you can define the continued fraction. Okay, next is fraction involved is binomial, and this is again a requirement for basic mathematics. So binom nk, which we can write it like this, nk. Okay, and how to define this? N factorial over k factorial over n minus k factorial. So this is the notation about this binomial. So there is a code binom. Binom nk is equal like this. And then if you need to change it, you can change accordingly. Like let's say if you have n k minus or n minus k, then you can use it like this. And the answer will be same. The binom code will automatically gives us the bracket here. But other than that, if you need to use the bracket in some cases, then how will use the bracket? What are the brackets in LaTeX, and how you can adjust their size according to the content? So that will be discussed in the next lecture.